Here we go. Let's see, select stream, refresh. That's the one. And then share it, slam it, bam it. God damn it. No. Let's see, wait. What's the tagline? Let's talk about it. Okay. That's hilarious. All right. I like that. That's funny. I don't know, right? I haven't kept up on it, so I don't know if salt and pepper are still cool. I don't know if something happened. Let's see. Yeah, buddy. What's this? Okay, here we go. Right? I'm live, right? Oh wait, here. All chat. Live chat. There we go. Dominate chat. Dominate chat! Back to game. Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of Let's Play Minecraft. I'm playing Minecraft. Hey, check it out. Yeah. Shit is going down. Shit is going down. Did you know on Tuesday, Maine is going to have their primary. They're gonna vote to see who's gonna run against Susan. Well, the Maine Democrats are gonna vote to see who's gonna run against Susan Collins. Susan Collins is the current senator for Maine. She is a Republican, so she is a fascist. She has been voting lockstep with fascism ever since she's been in office. Maine is yeah, they've I don't know what kind of state they are. I did a real quick check on the most basic thing. Let's see, where was it? Oh no, I don't have it anymore. I do have it. I need to go look for it. Give me a second. Screenshots. I'm terrified that this thing's gonna like. Oh yeah, here we go. That's the only demographic. That's the only information I got on Maine. And so as of 2024, the white people are like 90%. 90% of Maine is white people. So currently, the current senator is Susan Collins, Republican, but she is going. We'll have an election here, and they're determining who's going to be her challenger. And so all of Maine is trying to figure it out. And like, I don't really know anything about Maine politics or anything about Maine. Ever, at all, really, nothing. I didn't even care about Maine. I mean, I didn't know about it, right? I mean, like, it's an American. They're Americans, I care for my countrymen, but like, I didn't really give much thought to Maine, and until Maine Democrats started coalescing around this guy named Graham Platner. And Graham Platner is like the appeal of Graham Platner to the Maine Democrats, and I think to the Democratic establishment in general, is that he seems to have the same energy as like Joe Rogan. That's his appeal. Democrats want to get the white male, and they see that Joe Rogan is a guy that can talk to the white male, and so they're all, hey, we need a guy like Joe Rogan on the Democrat side. So they're gonna be like, oh, look, Graham Platner, he's sort of like, you know, like he was a a mercenary for Blackwater. I don't know for Blackwater, but he was a mercenary. And it turns out though that Graham Platt and like he talks like I don't know how he talks, but he must say the right things, right? Because a lot of Maine Democrats like the guy. Well, it turns out that this Platner guy, let me show you right here, has this tattoo right there, right? That's Graham Platner, and that tattoo on his chest is called a token Kampf or something. It's a Nazi symbol. It's a Nazi symbol. It's a big fat Nazi symbol. Those like you know that sketch, Are We the Baddies? That's you know that skull that they're pointing to when they ask, "Are we the baddies?" Are we the bad? I don't have it. I can't believe I don't have it. I don't have it, but I can find it real quick. It's not hard. Like, it's super famous. Are we the baddies? Images. Dude, I can just grab one real quick. Here, I'm going to grab that guy. View file. I just want the file. I'm going to put it right there on the desktop, just because it's right there. I'm going to double click it. Oh no, you can't see it. Oh, you can't see the symbols. There's one on his forehead up there, and there's one over here, but they're both freaking covered up. Let me see if I can find a better one. Shh. Alright, hold on. Yeah, there we go, that one. Oh, this is a GIF. Will it work? Can you see it? You can see it, yeah. You see that thing up there? that symbol? That's the same symbol that Graham Platner has on his chest. That's a Nazi symbol. Nazis really wore that. That's not just like an uber bad thing they made for this. No, it's an actual evil Nazi symbol. And he had that on his chest for like years. And a New York Times story came out today about his ex-girlfriends. The ex-girlfriends were and the ex-girlfriends are coming out and saying, yeah, buddy was pretty rough. He was pretty rough with us. Like, I think I heard he locked up one of his, like, his girlfriends, like, forced her in a room and locked it. Like, so she couldn't leave. Like, and he was rough. And he knew that he was wearing a Nazi symbol. Like, and lied about it. Man, so like, the dude I'm thinking is no good, right? He's no good. He's no good. There are plenty of other Democrats in Maine that you could choose that don't have Nazi symbols tattooed on their chest. A lot of good Maine Democrats. You don't have to choose that Platner person. It's weird. It's weird on social media because I'm like, I don't know. I kind of feel like I mean, maybe I'm wrong when they're not actually state actors. They're actual real people. But like the obvious way they deploy the what about technique, it's so obvious. It's like so clear. Like, I don't understand how it could be a random person doing it, because it's clearly a propaganda technique that a regular person wouldn't just deploy, wouldn't just use, because it doesn't make any sense otherwise, right? Unless you have a specific goal ahead of time. Like, if you're engaged in good faith discussion, then you wouldn't use it. You only use it when you're engaged in bad faith. I mean, do you understand the difference between good faith and bad faith discussion? I guess I need to define that. How would I define that? Good faith and bad faith discussion. How do I define that? Good faith and bad faith. Like when you speak in good faith, when you're speaking in good faith, it means the words you use are words that you actually believe. You actually believe the words you use. That's what it means to speak in good faith. When you use the words and you believe the words that you're using. To speak in bad faith is to use words but not believe them. Because the goal is not the meaning of the words, you have another goal. So someone who there's a technique called whataboutism. And whataboutism, what that is, it's a propaganda technique. It's literally a propaganda technique. So what happens is that when you make an accusation, instead of addressing the accusation, you make a counter accusation. Because your goal is not to discuss the accusation. Your goal is to deflect away from it to anything else other than that, because your true goal is to protect whatever this topic is. And by talking about that thing, you're going to expose it, and you don't want that to happen. You want to keep it hidden. So your technique, the propaganda technique of whataboutism, is on purpose to use the word in bad faith to move away from the thing you're talking about and to redirect in another direction, to hide things, to obscure truth, not to illuminate, but to obscure. Bad faith obscures, and good faith illuminates. So, like, I'm on Blue Sky, and I mentioned that Graham Platner is probably a bad guy, and that Maine should probably pick another person. And this rando, literally, this rando comes up and says to me, "What about Tara Reid and Biden?" What? Here I am talking about Graham Platner's Nazi tattoo and his fitness for the main Dem Senate candidacy, and this rando comes along and says, "What about Biden and Tara Reid?" Who's Tara Reid? What? So if you look into it, Tara Reid made an accusation against Joe Biden of sexual misconduct. That Joe Biden made sexual allegations against, or did sexual things against her, and Biden denied it, right? But Republicans jumped all over it to try to like turn it into something, but like it all fell through, right? Well, eventually Tara Reid went where? Where'd she go? She went to Russia. So this guy, this rando, in order to get me to not talk about Graham Platner's Nazi tattoo, brings up this discredited Russian fucking smear against Joe Biden in an attempt to get me to try to defend Joe Biden and not talk about Graham Platner's Nazi tattoo. So what do? I ignore him and repeat, "Oh, Graham Platner's got a Nazi tattoo. He shouldn't be the winner there. He's got a Nazi tattoo." And so what does this rando do? How does he respond? He responds by saying, "Oh, you support Israel." So that's like two or three different things now. He's trying to get me to talk about Biden, trying to get me to talk about Tara Reid. Now he's trying to get me to talk about Israel. So what do? I'm like, "Oh yeah, that Graham Platner's got a Nazi tattoo. People shouldn't vote for him. No way. Graham Platner's got a Nazi tattoo. I don't trust that guy. He's kind of sus." So what does this rando do? Says, "Most Democrats support genocide. Graham Platner doesn't support genocide." So now he brings up Tara Reid, Joe Biden, Israel, the Israeli genocide of Palestine, like anything to get me to not talk about Graham Platner's Nazi tattoo. Did this rando ever address my initial allegation? Never. Because the goal was not to illuminate, to figure out, well, what's the deal about this Nazi tattoo. No, their goal was to obscure the Nazi tattoo by covering it up with other stuff. Do you see the difference between using the word in good faith and using the word in bad faith? Man, I can't stand people who use the word in bad faith. And guess who uses the word in bad faith? Nazis. Nazis and Confederates. Why? Why would they use the word in bad faith? Because the truth, that which illuminates, would destroy them. They don't want that. They don't want illumination. Their whole point is to obscure and to hide. Their whole point is to do that. They don't want to be in the sun because it would burn them to death. So what else is going on? Graham Platner. Don't vote for that guy. He's a bad guy. There are a lot of other Democrats in Maine that you can vote for that are also running. I don't know who they are because wasn't even really aware of what was going on in Maine. So I don't know, but I know there are better Democrats than Graham Platner. I know there are. Maine can figure out which one's the best one. I wouldn't know, right? But I'm sure they do, right? And it's not Graham Platner. That guy's got a Nazi tattoo on him. Like, do I believe in redemption? Do I say that he can't ever be forgiven? Is there no redemption for him? Sure, buddy. Sure. Of course there is. I'm not saying you're fucking forever branded and forsaken. No way. But you don't just fucking step into the fucking senatorship. You don't just go straight to the senatorship from nothing. That's crazy. Be a staffer for a while. Run for local office. Come on, something like that, right? You don't go from... I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be able to do that, right? Like, maybe there are some, because right now I think all the senators are fucking millionaires or billionaires. Like, none of them are representative of us. And there's only 100 of them for, 350 million of us? Pfft, fuck that noise. Get rid of the Senate. Get rid of the Senate. The Senate is no good. It's not democratic. You need a democratic institution, and the Senate is on purpose not democratic. It's on purpose not representative of the people. On purpose. Like, no wonder our shit's so fucked up. Okay, hold on. What am I doing here? Killing monsters. That's fine. All right. Talking about what Graham Platner, right? I went off on that. Wait a minute. Wait, do I still have it up? I didn't. Did I close that window? Pictures. Screenshots. Graham Platner's ugly ass Nazi tattoo. Fuck that guy. I mean, don't fuck that guy. Maybe he can be redeemed, right? But you don't just put a guy like that right to be a senator. Plenty of other awesome people. Awesome people that you can pick. I'm sure someone can tell me about all the other awesome people there are. There are lots, right? You don't need Graham Platner. You don't need him. You don't need him. Here, what else is going on, right? I need to talk about something else. Donald Trump is still trying to fucking pay his insurrection army money from the treasury. Oh yeah, today is the anniversary of Tiananmen Square. Do you know Tiananmen Square, dude? See, kids nowadays don't know anything about that. It's not like, yeah, why would you? Would they know? In fact, China is actively trying to make you not know. so, in 1989, I think it was 1989. I was like a kid, man. I didn't know really. Yeah, I had no idea what was going on. So when it was happening, I'm like, oh. People made a big deal about it, but I didn't really know what was happening. I mean, I grew up later on. And I learned. I'm like, oh, that's what that was all about. That's what that was about. But everyone's seen the famous picture. I assume. I assume that's silly to assume anything. Let's see, man. Dude, I'm just gonna make a mess of your desktop here. Making room. All right, you know that picture, right? Oh shit! Let me move out of the. All right. This picture is famous of Tank Man. Everyone knows Tank Man. The picture is usually zoomed in on him, and you only see that much. Right. That's what you normally see. Like this little bit, right? You're like, oh, okay, Tank Man. Right? But you have to zoom out to see, like, what he was really standing in front of. And it's like, to give you a hint here, let's see if you can zoom in, right? That car is fucking bombed out, dude. And it's abandoned. The tires are fucked up. So it's all bombed out, right? That's bombed out. Then over here, what do you have? It looks like people lined up, like sitting on the ground with like guards over them or something. I don't know. Right? So that's the famous picture that everyone like knows. Is going, oh yeah, Tank Man. So what happened was a bunch of people got together in Tiananmen Square, and they had like a bunch of students, young people, right? They believed in democracy. They believed in the system. They believed in their government and their people, and they were advocating for change. They wanted democracy. They wanted more input in what was going on around them, in like how things were being done. They didn't like just being like, you know, I don't know. I don't really know, right? But they wanted democracy is what they wanted, and they just sat around. They sat around for it. And what happened was that was so threatening to the totalitarian government of China. That display was so threatening, they sent in tanks. And these tanks didn't just stand outside and scare the people and made them go away. They fucking ran over people. They ran over humans with their tanks. They literally ran over people with their tanks. China. They literally did it. So the picture that you don't see usually, because it's I don't know, it's scrubbed, I don't know, is this one, right? The government killed people. They just killed people. Tiananmen Square is a massacre where the Chinese government fucking killed their own people with bullets and tanks by running over them, like literally smearing their bodies on the concrete with the tank treads. I mean, Chinese people, they tried. And they believed in their government. They believed in democracy and totalitarianism. They believed in communism, but they didn't live in communism. They lived under totalitarianism. That happened. This is the anniversary of Tiananmen Square. This is what they did. They fucking murdered people. The Chinese government murdered people who were just standing around in a square, demonstrating peacefully. Like, did they kill anyone? Did they hurt anyone? No. As far as I know, no. Even if they did, even if some few people fucking went nuts, why not get those people who did that instead of killing everybody? Yeah, this is the anniversary. Chinese people in China, they tried, right? They tried, and they got massacred by their own government. That really happened. So I know nowadays China's like, look how modern, look how advanced we are, look how we humiliated Donald Trump. Like, but remember, they're bad guys, they're bad people. I haven't even talked about the Uyghurs, which are, I mean, it's an ethnic group in China, Muslim, and they're being genocided by the Chinese government. I mean, they say, I mean, it's the same thing they're doing to the Tibetan people too. So it's not just them. But yeah. And like here, I want to make sure that you know that I'm not like crazy. Yeah, here. Wikipedia. Snip it good. Doom, boom, boom. Okay, bam. You can see it, right? I can't, the pronunciation of that that it's Uyghurs. Is you like I don't know how to else, whatever. Okay, since 2014, the government of China has committed a series of ongoing human rights abuses against Uyghurs and other Turkic Muslims minorities in Xinjiang, which has often been characterized as persecution or as a genocide. There have been reports of mass arbitrary arrests and detention, torture, mass surveillance, cultural and religious persecution, family separation, forced labor, sexual violence, and violations of reproductive rights. So the Chinese government is not the fucking good guys. They're shit. The Chinese government sucks. Alright, it's a shitty government. It's totalitarianism. It serves the elite. China has an elite, and the government serves them. And sure, China has increased the collective well-being of its people and lifted millions of people out of poverty. That's true. But they're also like a totalitarian government and that arbitrarily murders humans and strips them of their humanity. And they massacred their own people. So I'm not saying the US government is any better. But today I'm going to focus on the anniversary of Tiananmen Square. Alright. I had to just remember that. What other thing can I bring up? Can I mention? I had no real point, right? Like, I can talk about me going to the gym. No one cares about going to the gym. Go do something in Minecraft, man. What is this? Yeah, I go to the gym. I have to get out of my head. And yeah. So okay, so I went in like, I had a water bottle I had bought at a powwow. I don't know if it was a powwow or if it was like just a cultural thing. I don't know. I went to a native like cultural thing they had here, it was open invite, and I went, and I had Indian tacos, and I bought, and I saw a man do a dance, a native dance, and it was really cool, and there was people selling things, and so I bought a water bottle, and it was like a like a native pattern diamond thing, but with chance colors. I'm like, oh, that's pretty neat. So I bought that, and then I'm like, oh, it'd be neat to bring this with me to the gym, and I did to show support, right? And then now I can't find it now. I don't know where it went. I can't find it, but. I go to the gym, and I swear people are transvestigating me. Which is weird, right? But they're transvestigating people like Sydney Sweeney. So I feel very self-conscious. So weird, man. I need to get like earbuds or something to fully tune it out, right? That's how you do it. The earbuds. Yeah, what else? Hey, I'm clubbing. I'm clubbing. It's fun. Let's see. What else is going on? For the record, I'm cishet. He, him. He, him, cishet. For the record. What else? Let's see. What else we got going on? Fuck Graham Platner's Nazi tattoo. Oh, okay. So in California, right? They're doing their vote. They did their vote for governor, the primary, and they in California they do a jungle primary, which means I guess it's everybody in at once, one big election, one big primary for everybody, and then like I don't know how many rounds they have. Do they have rounds? Let me see if they do rounds. I don't know if they do rounds, or if it's just like here, California primary vote. How does it work? The top two candidates from this primary would advance to the general election. Okay. California's so weird, man. Okay, so do you know about Duverger's Law? Duverger's Law, I keep saying this, right? Because it's the law that will never go away as long as we have first past the post. So on the federal level, it's super important. And each state, they're starting to like get rid of it in each state, but it's a slow process. And like it failed here in Oregon and it failed in Nevada. And it's funny because you can look at the elections, and had the elections been done in ranked choice voting, like the winners would have flipped. But because we did first past the post, it was it was the way it was. Anyways, California has first past the post voting, but they also have the jungle primary. So they have the worst of both worlds. It is the worst of both worlds. Because in a first... Okay, so Duverger's Law says that in a first past the post voting system, it will naturally devolve into two major parties. And any third party candidate is only going to hurt the person they're closest to and help the person they're furthest from. That's the law. Every time. You can't get away from it. Duverger's Law. That's the tendency, right? I wouldn't say it's a law, but it's a tendency because there's ways of breaking it, right? But it's really, really, really hard because the tendency almost always is for, in a first past the post system, it to naturally devolve into a two-party system, and for any third party to hurt the people they're closest to and help the person they're furthest from. So we can see that play out in the 2024 election, because Donald Trump understood this thing very well. He understood it very well. Donald Trump knew about Duverger's Law and he exploited it. He wanted Jill Stein and Cornel West to be in the race against, in the race, because he understood that they would take 100% of the votes away from Kamala Harris. Right? They were closest to Kamala Harris, so they would take all of the votes away from her. That would help Donald Trump, the person they're furthest from. Meanwhile, RFK Jr. was also in the race, but he was pretty close to Trump. So he ended up taking votes away from Trump. That means Donald Trump didn't like RFK Jr. So what ended up happening was Donald Trump sent people over to RFK Jr. and said, "Hey, RFK Jr., if you drop your candidacy, I'll give you a job in the government, your dream job in the government, and let you do whatever you want." And RFK Jr. said, "Okay," and he sued to get his name taken off of the ballot so that he wouldn't interfere with Donald Trump's win. So, but don't take my word for it. Listen to Donald Trump explain it. Oh, shit. Listen to Donald Trump tell you.
So we got this poll last night from Rasmussen, and it was they also did it like with Kennedy and with the other ones in there. Right? Cornel West. He's one of my favorite candidates, Cornel West. And I like her also, Jill Stein. I like her very much. You know why? She takes 100% from them.
Oh.
He takes 100%.
Oh.
Kennedy's probably 50-50, but he's a fake. He's a fake. He's a total fake.
So, he likes Jill Stein and he likes Cornel West because he takes 100% of the votes. They take 100% of the votes away from Kamala Harris. But because RFK Jr. takes 50% of the votes away from Trump, he's a fake. He's a total fake. You get it? He understands it. Do you understand it? So California has the worst of both worlds. They have a jungle primary, which means you cannot pick the best person in your party. You have to put them all in there and hope somebody wins, right? At this, and then the more votes, the more candidates you add to a pool, the weaker your vote gets under first past the post. So California has a jungle primary. Their candidacy pool is huge, but their vote is so weak. It's such a weak vote. California's democracy got fucked because they have a giant voting candidacy pool, but the weakest vote ever. It's so bad. And then after they move to the jungle primary, then they move into the actual governor, the top two people of the jungle primary are gonna move on to the final vote. So what ended up happening is a Republican is one of them, and all of the Democratic, all of the liberals got split up, but they eventually the split up between Tom Steyer, who's very progressive, but he's a billionaire, and this other guy, I forget his name. He's a moderate Dem, and it looks like the moderate Dem's gonna win because it's such a bad voting system. Because first past the post, you can't have third parties votes in because of first past the post. So the winner is going to be this third party, this centrist Dem. So if the winner is going to be a centrist Dem, that tells me that California got cowed by Trump. The people of California got cowed by Trump. They were pretty strong against Trump with Newsom. Newsom fought against Trump a lot. But now the people of California are like, you know what? Maybe Trump is right. So they went with a Dem who's not going to fight so hard against Trump, a centrist Dem, like a Republican basically. Like an old school Republican, not the MAGA ones, but what the old school. But basically a Republican is who the Californians acquiesced to Donald Trump and went with the Republican person. Which I guess I don't know, right? We haven't voted here in Oregon. I don't know who our governor is gonna like. I don't know who won our primary. I should check, right? Who won Oregon's primary? Yeah, who was it? Loading. It's loading. It's loading. It's still loading. Oh wait, no. Where'd it go? Oh, this isn't it. Oregon primary. No, results. It doesn't tell you a governor. How about governor, dude? I guess, yeah, Tina Kotek. Tina Kotek won the primary, so she's the current governor. She won the. So okay, so there it is, right? Kotek. I mean, she's okay. I haven't paid too much attention to Oregon politics. But Trump sent ICE to Portland, and I don't think Kotek blinked. Well, did she ever send the state troopers? I don't think so. Well, the Portland police. Well, I don't know. It just seems to me like California got stung by Trump and decided to go with a governor that was a little less offensive to him, to Trump. Could be wrong though, right? I don't know. I don't think so. That's okay, California, right? You know. He hits hard. Mm-hmm. Let's see. What else is going on? Platner, screw Platner. Eugene Vindman. He's the congressman from Virginia. We first heard about him back in the Trump 1. He's the officer who testified that Donald Trump was extorting Zelensky. He was like, and then that got Donald Trump impeached. But he was never called as a witness during the impeachment because the Democrats didn't call any witnesses because I don't know why. They botched it. Anyways. But he voted, so, but he also voted against trans rights. So, mixed bag, right? Like, I don't know what's going on though, right? So I can't say anything. What else is going on? God, I've only been going for like 47. I'm tired, man. Like, this is my rest day. Like, I did that hour-long. I did an hour-long like cardio session, keeping my heart rate at like 135, and like it was all right. Like it was good. But yeah, I was tired. I slept pretty good last night. That's the fat burning zone. So I'm like, ooh, I haven't been in this zone in a while. I gotta stay here. It was nice. Looking forward to doing it again. But I gotta have a rest day. Ooh, I should go get me some headphones, earbuds with noise cancellation. Then I need music, right? So then I have to get a streaming service or something. No, I don't have any data. I could use the data, I think, maybe. I don't know. Does the gym have Wi-Fi? I don't know. Then I won't hear anything. Ha 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 ha. Ugh. All right. The AI bubble will pop. Yes, Of course it will. It's inevitable. Of course it will pop. The question is always when. When will it pop? Make as much money as you can before, and then get out. That's the game, right? That's the game everyone's playing. Like, everyone knows it's gonna pop. It's just when. No one knows when. If people knew, they'd already be rich. Like, I thought I knew it was gonna pop, and I'm like, oh, whoop, I was totally wrong. And that taught me. I was like, oh shit. I look like a dumbass. Yeah. Slowly put my money back in. The key is to like make money, and then when you lose money, to make sure you lose less than what you've made. Because it's gonna happen, right? I mean, the bubble's gonna pop, and one day all of your positions are gonna be like red. But not necessarily, right? Because you're gonna have stop losses to stop the bleeding automatically. So yeah, you're gonna get cut, but like, it's never enough to like kill you. So until then, make money. Well, what was that? Yeah, what was the thing? Ever see that movie Howl's Moving Castle with Calcifer? Like, what's Calcifer? Calcifer's a demon, dude. Well, I don't know. Like, maybe I just saw a bad fan translated sub version, right? But like, Calcifer is a demon, and in order to give magic, you have to give him something. And Hal gave up his heart. Spoilers. Hal gave his heart to the demon for magic. And what did that magic let him do? Make a fucking moving castle. So yeah, like, and as long as Calcifer stayed in his little hearth, it was all good, right? It was only a problem if he started burning everything around him. No. Like, sure, you can do that and get lots of power, but your whole world's gonna burn. Like, so capitalism is like fire. Sure, it'll keep your house warm, but if you lose control, it'll burn your house down. So the whole point about capitalism is you gotta fucking regulate that shit. Keep that stuff in a sandbox. And we've totally failed that, right? It's burning our world right now. But like, yeah, you gotta regulate it, man. Like, the way I look at the stock market for me right now is, I am the tiniest little fish in a giant ocean. The tiniest little fish. And I'm trying to watch the whales. Because those are the ones you got, those are the big institutional giants with the billions and billions and billions of dollars of stocks. They're the ones I'm watching because they make slow, big, predictable movements sometimes. And or like, and whatever they do, whenever they move, whenever they move, they make a movement in the market. And so as a small fish, as a tiny little fish, my goal is to find what the big fish are doing and try to get into the little like eddies, swirls that they like try to get into like the slipstream of what the big guys are doing, the big whales are doing. And that's it. I can't predict the market. I can't control the market. I just look at what the big people are doing. I'm a little tiny fish. I'm not a real capitalist. If I don't work, I die. You know the 4x4. I think Robert Merton is the guy who invented the or 2x2 like the oh no, it's 4x4 grid. He's famous for it. Like super famous in sociology for it. I think it was Robert Merton who made it. Parson, maybe it was, I don't know, Parson box? No, I don't remember. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And you have own this side. This side says owns the means of production. This side. And this side says labors at the means of production. So if you own the means of production and you labor at the means of production, you are a petit bourgeois, a small capitalist. If you own the means of production but do not work at the means of production, you are a high capitalist. An O, bourgeois. Une bourgeois. Je sais pas. Je ne sais pas. If, however, you do not own the means of production, but you labor at the means of production, you are a proletariat. And if you do not own the means of production and do not work at the means of and labor at the means of production, you are a lumpen proletariat. So the high capitalists uses the both the lumpen proletariat and the petit bourgeois against the proletariat, because they frighten the proletariat with the misery of the lumpen proletariat into laboring, and I don't know, they drive a wedge between the petit bourgeois and the proletariat. Oh no, my thing is about to die. I'm gonna do a hot swap. Check this out. Bump. This is Arctic Nova Pro wireless headset. Dog, check this shit out. Oh, this is what pro gets you. Hot swapping. Like nothing even happened. All right. Anyways, yeah, that's the matrix there. I don't know why I told you that. Why? What that has to do with anything? What? What? What was I talking about? Wah, 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 wah. Uh, yeah, the whole point of the high bourgeois is to keep everyone separated. The high bourgeois, or the small capitalists, separated from the workers, separated from the underclass. Basically, it's what what that means is underclass. if that because if those three groups realize that their interests are aligned, they would turn against the high capitalists, like the finance capitalists, like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Donald Trump. They would turn against them and seize the state to create a more just and humane world for everyone, not just the elites, not just the capitalist North, but also the global South. Not just the global North, but also the global South. A more just world for everyone. We can do it. We can totally do it. All we have to do is imagine and visualize, and that's the start. Right? Right? If you can see it, you can get there. A more just world is possible. A better world is possible. We can do it together. Man, I feel like super positivity man right now, but I don't know what else to do, right? I mean, yeah. I want to complain about my life, but really I can't. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's hard to complain, man. Cut me some slack. It's hard to complain. Life is just so good. For me, right? So like, I don't know, you gotta, don't worry about me. Fucking look at everyone else. Look at what's going on. What's going on? Ooh. Slowly adding beds. What I should do is, like, I don't know, take some of these out somewhere? I don't know. I need the beds there because these to be centered on like that platform-ish as much as possible to control the golem spawning. Alright, so boring. I know, I'm sorry. Oh, I never dominated chat. Here, let me just dominate chat real quick. Okay, well. I just had to say that about Grand Platner. Muy importante, because I have these people coming on. It seems like a coordinated campaign to boost Platner, which is weird. He's like the least worthy. Well, I wouldn't say the least, but like he's not the most. He's for sure not the best candidate for the Dems, for sure. Anyways, alright, have I hit an hour yet? Come on, yeah I have. Alright, until next time, peace. Well, defend yourself. Defend yourself from the Nazis, from the white supremacists, from the Confederates, from all the bad people that are trying to do you harm. But also also build relationships with those who share your general goals. Because it's not, yeah. Okay. Until next time. Stop.